Hi, Andy here, and in this series of short videos I want to share with you how to create high impact practice sessions so you can make real progress with your guitar playing even if you have little time to practice. I'll also be sharing with you my best tips and strategies for you to use right now to overcome the real obstacles we all face in learning and playing guitar. We'll also look at the fundamental skills you need to remove those frustrating errors and the one single strategy that will give you greater confidence, fluidity and feel with your playing so you can really have fun no matter what level of guitarist you are. Okay, so let's look at what you should practice and how you should structure your practice sessions. I believe there are three components to a really great practice session, and you should look to spend time on each of these components every time you sit down to play. The first component of your practice session is warm-up, second is training, and third is fun. Breaking your practice sessions down into these three components makes sure it stays interesting and fun. And as you go through these videos, you'll see for yourself how all these components work together so you can start to experience great results in just 1 week. So today's session, we're going to look to kick things off by looking at your warm-up routines and some practical exercises. You don't need to spend ages on warming up, just 5 minutes will do, and make that time really count. When warming up, I like to come up with ideas that address the different skills you need to develop as a guitarist. So I include physical exercises, mental exercises, and muscle memory exercises. So here's a bit of a physical warm-up thing for you to help the dexterity of your fingers and get these aching joints moving, get the fingers stretched, get the blood moving, because it's pretty chill in here actually at the moment. Don't know why, obviously haven't paid the bills. Anyway, another story. So what I do, every single time I pick up the guitar, or virtually every time, I always say always, but just to warm up, especially I will do if I'm going to be playing something in a minute, I just use all 4 fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, to play 1, 2, 3, 4 frets. I usually start off with the open one actually, and fret every single one, every fret, 1, 2, one, all the way from the bottom E string, A, D, G, B, E. So I do something like this. Now my fingers are pretty cold, so funny enough I made a bit of a bum note there, so I didn't quite fret it. So I'll do it again, one more time, just to make sure, because it starts warming your fingers up. And then once I've done that, I might do it in reverse. And it's much more difficult. It's going between the little finger and your ring finger. So you can go that from E, B, G, D, A, B, or alternatively you can do the same again, but this time maybe missing out a fret, maybe doing open 2, 4, and open 2, 4, like that, all the way up. And then you may want to do it all the way down again. You may want to miss a string out. Miss out the A, do D. Miss out the G, do the B. Something like that. Or you may want to do 3, 2, 1 to 3. Whatever you want, it's up to you. But all this sort of thing not only warms you up physically, gets your blood circulating, and like I said, whether you're playing lead, chords or whatever, what it also does is in your mind, gives you a bit of muscle memory because you've got a practice exercise obviously, but more importantly, it helps with your fretting. So if you're making errors, you can slow it down. You can speed it up if you get more confident, and then at the same time your fingers are getting warmed up. So that's a bit of a good physical exercise that you can use as a warm-up routine. So this is a bit of a mental sort of thing. It's all about visualization, anticipating notes and where chords are. So what I mean by that is, pick your guitar up, you need to learn the fretboard. Really, really important to learn the fretboard, especially when you're learning to improvise or you're making up chords. So let's take the E note. Visualize exactly where on the fretboard those E notes are. So I'll give you some examples. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking there's one there, one there, one there, and on the G string it's there, B string there, and I'll play one there on the top E, high E. And what I've just thought in my mind is this. And I visualised that, and then I played it. And you can do that with any notes that you want, and that really will start getting it in your mind, and you can visualize before you actually do it. So it's really, really important. And you can do exactly the same with chords as well. So if you take an A minor chord, for example, you can just look on the fretboard and say, right, that's how it looks. And that way you can anticipate what you're playing next. Whether you're doing something and you're playing and looking at the guitar, you think, I know exactly where that's going to be. And before you know it, it's ingrained and it becomes second sense. You just do it automatically. So visualization of the fretboard, really important. Okay, so now you've actually visualized everything. This is all about putting it into practice and actually assigning it to your muscle, assigning it to your muscle memory. So just give an example of the sort of things I'm going to show you, or sort of things that you can do. So making sure you hit the right notes, you visualize where things are on the fretboard, and I'm just going to take an A minor chord and an E minor chord, and an E major chord, sorry, like that. And one thing you need to do is visualize, like we said before, what you're going to play. So we know we've got to start by playing, for the A minor chord, the open A string. You don't want to hit that E, so you can look at, you want to start with the open A, the root note. Look at what you're playing, look at that, look at that. So look at your fretting hand and your strumming hand. And just, lovely. And do the same with the E. The E's easier because you play all the notes, but still look to make sure everything's in position, everything's here. And soon, it'll become like second nature. Like this. So obviously you think, yeah, that's pretty simple, but let's sort of try and take it another stage further where you can build up your practice routines. Let's hit the A note on the second fret of the G string and then strum the chord using the lower root note, and then do the same with the E. And again. And you can vary it. You can play the you can play the A and maybe the bottom E. You can speed it up. So you might be able to go things like that. See, fun, good laugh, you know, and vary it around. So, you know, that's just one example. You can do exactly the same. You might want to do the same with a G to a D. There's a good one to do that because you want to hit that, hitting that D without hit the D open string, without hitting the A and the E is really quite important. So this is one where you may really need to resign it to muscle memory, which you will do hopefully after you've played it, and then it becomes second nature. A chord, and starting to pick melody lines up now. And you can speed it up obviously. And whatever you need to do. But this is all about making sure you hit the right notes and then get them into that muscle memory so it almost becomes second nature. So every time you pick up your guitar, think about adding some of these exercises into your warm-up routines. Okay, you've now got those fingers warmed up, so what is next? Well, I have two more things for you. First, over the next couple of days, I have some more exercises for you to help you with your practice sessions. And I'll also be sharing with you the simple skills you need to remove those frustrating errors and a great strategy to give you more confidence, fluidity and feel in your playing. But right now I want to introduce you to your 30-day challenge. So if your guitar playing has hit a bit of a plateau and you're frustrated with your slow progress, or you feel you're stuck in a rut playing the same old stuff all the time, then this 30-day challenge is definitely for you. This 30-day challenge will give you some real structure to your guitar playing journey so you know exactly what to learn to get the maximum result from the minimum time and effort. So click the button below right now to discover how I can help you dramatically shortcut your learning curve. And I guarantee you'll be amazed at what you can achieve in just the next 30 days. Simply click the button below right now. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and it's bye for now. Oh, And don't worry about missing the other videos in this mini series, as you'll find them already waiting for you right now within your 30-day challenge. Okay, click the button below and I'll speak to you again in just a minute. And once again, see you soon.